attaining. The destination is extremely supreme. So here, generally, to attain something very difficult, very rare, the tapasya that we need to do, the austerity that we need to do, the hard work that we need to put in should be more. But here, the process is very simple and the attained goal is extremely supreme. Right? Highest goal is given through easiest path. Svaprema nama amritamatyudaraha. And who can access this? Anybody. Apamaramyo vitatara gauraha. Even most pamaras also can attain. Vitatara gauraha is distributing. Krishno janebhyastamaham prapadye. Gaura Krishna. That Krishna who appeared in Gaura complexion. Tamaham prapadye. Let us surrender unto him. Let us take shelter of Lord Gauranga. Okay. What Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us is unimaginable. We need somebody like Prabodhananda Saraswati, or Srinath Chakravarti, or Rupa Goswami, and Srila Prabhupada to make us understand what we have attained. Let's see how Prabodhananda Saraswati helps us understand this. He says that Prema namadbhutartham Shravana pathagataha tasya namna mahimnaha Ko vetta kasya vrinda vana vipinamaha madhurishu pravesha Ko va janati radham paramarasa chamatkara madhurya simam Ekas chaitanya chandraha paramakarunaya sarvamavishchakara Prema namadbhutarthaha. Prema nama adbhuta arthaha. Artha means purpose of life, goal of life. Adbhuta artha means the most wonderful goal of life. What's that? Prema. It's named as Prema, Krishna Prema. Who has revealed that this is the goal of your human life? Please understand. Prema namadbhutarthaha. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very easily he revealed. Prema namadbhutarthaha. Shravana pathagataha kasya namna mahimnaha. So he revealed the goal of life and he has given the means to attain that goal. Krishna Nam, Krishna Prem he gave. Third thing is Ko vetta kasya vrinda vana vipinamaha madhurishu praveshaha. If Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not descended, who would have understood that the goal of life is Krishna Prema and the means to attain that goal is Krishna Nama, and who would have entered the nectarian mellows of Vrindavan Dham? Vana vipinamaha madhurishu praveshaha. Madhuri, the sweet nectarian mellows of Vrindavan Dham are so inaccessible to common people, and Mahaprabhu opened doors. Not doors of Swargalok, not doors of liberation. Right? It's not Swargadwaram or Mokshadwaram. It is Vrindavan Dwaram. Right? So, Vana vipinamaha madhurishu praveshaha. Come, pravesh, entrance for you into Vrindavan Dham. Right? And above that, three things we have seen, right? More than that is Srimati Radharani. Who would have understood the glories of Srimati Radharani if Lord Chaitanya was not there? Ko va janati radham paramarasa chamatkara madhurya simam. Paramarasa chamatkara madhurya simam. Srimati Radharani is the most wonderful, magical, chamatkara madhurya. She is the epitome of madhurya rasa. She is the one who is the abode of all madhurya prema towards Krishna. Madhurya sima. She is the limit of conjugal love, limit of amorous love towards Krishna. So of all the five rasas, of course, devotees who love Krishna in any of the rasas, they enjoy their own rasa. But by doing an unbiased comparison of these five rasas, Madhurya rasa stands the topmost. In that Madhurya rasa, there are two flavors, Swakiya and Parakiya. Swakiya is wedded love, Parakiya is unwedded love. Even without the formal ties of wedding and marriage, still the Gopis are loving Krishna. Crossing all the social customs and all the Vedic regulations and family ties and all, they just surpassed all of them and came to Krishna. Pati sutanvayat bhratru bandhavat ati vilanghyate achyutagataha gativirastavo udgita mohitaha kitavayo ashitaha kastyaje nishi. They have given up pati, sutta, bhratru, bandhava. They surpassed all of them and came to Krishna. Parakiya rasa. And the epitome of Parakiya prema is Srimati Radharani. Right? If Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not there, who would have understood the glories of Srimati Radharani? You are worshipping Radharani on the altar. Right? It's not an ordinary privilege. It's not a small thing. Ko va janati radham paramarasa chamatkara madhurya simam ekas chaitanya chandraha paramakarunaya sarvamavishchakaraha. That's one and only Chaitanya Chandra, the moon like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is equal to 1 crore moons. Again, Prabodhananda Saraswati glorifies him. He is equal to 1 crore moons. We'll discuss that. But Chaitanya Chandra, Ekas Chaitanya Chandra, Parama Karunaya Sarvama Vishchakaraha. He has inaugurated all these things. He has introduced us to all these 5 things. Nama, Prema, Vrindavan, and Srimati Radharani, 4 things. So Prabodhananda Saraswati further says, Saundarye Kamakoti Sakala Janasama Hladane Chandrakoti Vatsalye Matrukoti Tridasha Vitapito Pyadbhutau Daryakoti Gambhiryem Bodhikoti Madhuramani Sudhakshiramadhvika Koti Gauro Devas Sajiyat Pranaya Rasapade Darshitashcharya Koti. Again, 7 crores. 7 crores in one shloka. Saundarye Kamakoti. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is equal to 10 million cupids put together in Saundarya. Krishna is beautiful, of course. Extremely beautiful. Barahabedam Natavara Karnayor Karnikaram. Krishna is beautiful. Who is more beautiful than Krishna? Srimati Radharani. If Krishna has stolen the complexion of Srimati Radharani along with her emotion, then Krishna will appear more beautiful. So Krishna's beauty and Radha's beauty both are combined here. Saundarye Kamakoti Sakala Janasama Hladane Chandrakoti. Chandrakoti. In giving ahlada, in giving pleasure, in giving happiness to people. So it's summer season, very hot during the day. When moon rises, golden moon rises, it's very ahladakara, very, very pleasant, right? So in giving that ahlada to people, in giving that pleasure to people, he's equal to 10 million moons put together. Sakala jana sama hladane chandra koti. Saundarya koti, chandra koti. Kama koti, chandra koti. Vatsalye matra koti. In Vatsalya, in exhibiting love, motherly love, affectionate love towards his devotees is equal to 10 million mothers put together. Vatsalye matra koti Tridasha Vitapito Pyadbhutau Darya koti. Tridasha Vitapita means this kalpa vriksha available in heavenly planets. They are desire fulfilling trees. Whatever desire you have, kalpa vriksha can provide. Right? But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like 10 million kalpavrikshas put together. Tridasha Vitapito Pyadbhutau Darya koti. Gambhiryem Bodhikoti. In Gambhirya, in being very grave, he is like 10 million oceans put together. Right? Gambhiryem Bodhikoti. Madhuramani Sudhakshiramadhvika koti. In terms of sweetness, Madhurata, he is equal to 10 million pots of sweet rice put together, or 10 million charanamrits, whatever, pots put together, I don't know. You just keep all the nectarian sweet beverages put together, and Mahaprabhu's sweetness is beyond that, right? Madhuramani Sudhakshiramadhvika koti, Gauro Devas Sajiyat, Pranaya Rasapade Darshita Ascharya koti. Pranaya Rasapade Darshita Ascharya Koti. He is like 10 million wonders put together. Ascharya Koti. How? Because Pranaya Rasapade, he is just displaying deep sentiments of love in the mode of Srimati Radharani. Right? So that's Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he is an abode of wonders. Whether you see it from a rasic perspective, the confidential reasons for his descent, they reveal his rasic side, right? And the external reasons of his descent, they reveal his compassionate side, right? In both sides, he is extremely benevolent, right? Pranaya rasapade darshita ascharya koti. In terms of experiencing loving emotions and expressing loving emotions, he is an abode of 10 million wonders, right? In the mode of Srimati Radharani. Whether it is in Ratha Yatra or whether it is in any other pastime, in Gambhira, whatever in discussions he is having with Ramananda Rai and Swarupa Damodar Goswami, there he is entering deep and deep into the mood of Srimati Radharani. Sometimes he would just disappear from Gambhira. All doors are closed. He disappears and he is found somewhere in Goshala, right, with the cows. Cows are licking his body. Sometimes he is found in some garden. Sometimes he is found in ocean, right? So, Darshita Ascharya Koti, he is just displaying the greatest symptoms of loving separation from Krishna. Especially in the last 12 years of his manifest pastimes, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so much absorbed in Radha Bhav that these two scenes are very prominent in his mind. One, when Krishna is leaving Vrindavan, when Akrura came to Vrindavan to take Krishna and Balram to Mathura, that is one scene where Radharani experienced the greatest emotions of separation. And the other scene is when the Gopis of Vrindavan and Krishna met in Kurukshetra. So these two scenes are the constant object of meditation of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially in the last few years of his manifest pastimes. On the other hand, you see, we have extreme degree of mercy. He would go and embrace Vasudeva leper. He would just distribute Krishna Prema to anyone and everyone just by hugging them, embracing them. And the other person will be mad with Krishna Prema. He will go and hug somebody else. And they will be mad with Krishna Prema and they will go and hug someone else. So like that he is distributing Krishna Prema without any discrimination. So whether in manifesting mercy on conditioned souls or manifesting deep emotions in the mood of Srimati Radharani, Lord Chaitanya is an abode of wonders. Ascharya Koti, great wonders, right? So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that unless you understand and acknowledge the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Lord, you can never sufficiently appreciate Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's form itself. To actually appreciate the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you need to understand that the Supreme Absolute Truth has inconceivable potencies. So, how is it? What is this statement? What's the meaning of this statement? In what context is he speaking this? He said that here is one person who adopted the mood of another person and started missing himself. We may get bored about ourselves. We will not miss ourselves many times, right? So do we miss ourselves? We are always with us. We are together with us. So we may feel separation from other people, but we don't miss ourselves. But here is Lord Krishna adopted the mood of Radha and feeling separation from Krishna, from his own self. How can a person feel separation from himself and adopt the mood of someone else? Only Krishna can do that. And Krishna has inconceivable potency to completely adopt and immerse himself in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Okay? And experience feelings of separation from Krishna. It's inconceivable. Right? We cannot do that. Try. Right? In the mode of, at the max we can say, I can empathize with you. Thinking by keeping yourself in the shoes of another person. For a moment, you can empathize with the other person, think from their perspective, but you cannot completely adopt the emotion of another person. And miss yourself, that's another wonder. Adopting the emotion of another person and start feeling separation for oneself, right? Because these feelings of separation, vipralambha rasa, are the topmost emotions of Madhurya Prema. Love is experienced and expressed in two flavors, meeting and separation, vipralambha and sambhoga. Okay, sambhoga is the joy of union, vipralambha is the pain of separation. But on a spiritual plane, both are sources of bliss only. On a material plane, suffering is suffering, happiness is also suffering. On the spiritual plane, happiness is happiness, suffering is also happiness. Right? So even separation also gives ecstasy. That's a different ecstasy. In fact, the Gopis of Vrindavan are the topmost devotees of Krishna. Therefore, these feelings of separation are bestowed upon them to the highest degree. When Krishna subdues Kaliya and comes out of this lake, Kaliya lake, all the devotees, they come and embrace Krishna. Yashoda Mata comes and embraces Krishna. Rohini Mata comes, Nanda Maharaj, all the friends of Krishna. Cows come and start licking Krishna's body. So like that, all the devotees of different rasas have their opportunities to express their love for Krishna. But these young gopis, Madhurya gopis, they are on one side. Culture is there, social customs are there, their own womanly shyness is there. So many barriers. They cannot express their love for Krishna. They just shower their sidelong glances on Krishna. They cannot even look at Krishna, like straight. So many people are around. But see the extent of love they have for Krishna. They experience millions of yugas of separation within an eye blink, and they are put in a position where they cannot even look at Krishna directly. You understand? The extent of the seriousness, the gravity of their situation. They have intense love for Krishna, that they experience feelings of separation from Krishna, although they are standing in front of Krishna. Even within one eye blink, they experience millions of yugas of separation, but they are always kept in separation. Okay, they cannot express, they cannot even look at Krishna like that, because the elders are watching us. So that's why, in their frustration and in their ecstasy, both. Frustration is also ecstasy in Vrindavan. In the Venu Gita, they say, the first shloka of Venu Gita, they say, Akshanvatam falabidam naparam vidamaham sakhyah pashun anuviveshayato vayasyaihi. Akshanvatam falamidam naparam vidamaha. The Gopis are saying that we don't see any other purpose of having eyes other than to see Krishna. Seeing Krishna is the only purpose of having eyes. Why so many restrictions? The deer, they can see Krishna. The birds, they can see Krishna. The rivers can see Krishna. The devatas who are traveling in airplanes in the sky, they can see Krishna. They can relish Krishna's flute song. And all the animals in the forest and the gopas, they can see Krishna. Why so many restrictions on us only? Right? We younger gopis. And the gopis kind of taunt their elders, saying that the purpose of eyes is to see Krishna. It's not just the purpose of our eyes. It's the purpose of your eyes also. Along with the deer, their husbands are seeing Krishna. Right? So the purpose of having eyes is to see Krishna, and it is true for anybody. Adult or child or younger gopis or older gopis or whoever. So these gopis are constantly eager to see Krishna and experience separation from Krishna, but they are kept in this situation of separation constantly. No opportunity for them. Finally, they got an opportunity on Sharat Purnima day. Today is Gaurpurnima. Let's discuss a little bit about Sharat Purnima. So on Sharat Purnima day, Krishna started playing his flute. And these gopis had an opportunity. They ran towards Krishna. Pati Sudanvayat Bhratru Bandhavat. And Krishna said, hey, you should not come here. It's very dangerous forest. Ferocious animals are wandering. That is in the middle of the night. You should immediately go back. Gopis said, no, we will not go back. Very long discussion. Krishna smiled and started dancing with them. After a moment, Krishna disappeared. Okay, Krishna disappeared from the scene because Krishna, they felt very special to get that privileged opportunity to be with Krishna for a moment. See, after so much of separation and lack of opportunities, finally they got an intimate moment to be with Krishna, and they felt happy about it. And it's not the pride of Duryodhana or any other materialistic demons. It's a transcendental pride that manifested in their hearts out of their intense happiness to be with Krishna so closely. But Krishna did not like that. He said, this is pride, I'll just disappear. He disappeared. Krishna disappeared. Then the gopis were wandering throughout the forest, and the gopis were asking the trees and creepers and the forest animals and birds, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Then finally they found Srimati Radharani. She's also lamenting. And they sang Gopi Gita on the bank of Yamuna. Krishna appeared in front of the gopis, to cut the long story short. Then all the gopis had such deep satisfaction within their hearts. They came in front of Krishna, they surrounded him, okay, and they started asking some questions. You can come a little closer, probably there should be some space behind. So, all these gopis came to Krishna and asked him an MCQ, multiple choice question. First is that Krishna, we identified 3 categories of people who reciprocate with others. Which category do you belong to? Category number 1. What is that? There are some people who reciprocate with others only when they receive some service or some favor from them. Right? Yathamam prapadyanti. You favor me, I will favor you. Right? You serve me, I will reciprocate with you. That's one category. Category A. Then category B. Even if there is no reciprocation from their side, still this person reciprocates. Right? No service, no love, no affection, no approach from their side. Still, they are very loving and caring, like parents. Even though sometimes children are mischievous, they are still loving towards the children. So, that is second category. 2 categories. Third category. What was that? Neutral people. Whether you love me or don't love me, I am neutral. Right? I don't reciprocate. Okay? So, they are like totally neutral category, indifferent category. So, which category do you belong to, my dear Krishna? 1, 2, 3. MCQ has only 3 options. Then Krishna said option number 4. Okay? I don't belong to any of these 3 categories. I belong to the 4th category. What is that 4th category? We never gave it in the MCQ. Krishna said, I purposely keep my devotees in separation from me just to witness their increased longing to be with me. So I purposely don't reciprocate with my devotees. I purposely keep a distance from my devotees. I purposely disappear from the vision of my devotees so that their love for me increases. So when I disappeared, you sang Gopi Gita. If I am here, you will not sing Gopi Gita, right? They must have sang some other Gita, definitely. But in separation, Gopi Gita manifested. Krishna says, I try to relish. I am a great relisher of love in separation. So when you are separated from me, your love for me increased. Therefore, I want to relish it. I belong to the 4th category. So Krishna is very clever in giving replies. And the gopis, very innocent. They accepted the reply with shy smiles. Okay. But later Krishna felt that I must be very honest now. My dear gopis, I don't belong to the 4th category also. I belong to the 5th category. So I belong to the 5th category. What is that? It is, I lack the ability to reciprocate with you. Okay. Although I very boldly claimed in Bhagavad Gita, ye yathamam prapadyante tamstathaiva bhajamyaham, the way you approach me in a similar way, I will reciprocate with you. I actually fulfill this promise in many people's cases. But in your case, I miserably fail. Right? In your case, Yathamam Prapadyanti principle is not working. I am unable to reciprocate with the amount of love, quantity of love and sacrifice that you have exhibited before me. So he said that I don't have the ability to repay you. Even if you give me one full day of Brahma, one full lifetime of Brahma, or more than that also, I feel so bankrupt. I feel so, wiped out to find any ability to reciprocate with you. Naparayeham niravadya samyujam, naparayeham. I have no ability to reciprocate with you. So Krishna thought like this. And gopis, they're very humble. They don't say much. Okay, they're very humble. Earlier, when Krishna disappeared from the gopis' vision, then why did he disappear? Because he felt that they became proud, isn't it? Then the gopis, during their Gopi Gata, they said, "Oh Lord, why you should disappear to make us humble? Just smile at us, we'll become humble." Right? Nija janasmaya dhvamsana smita bhaja sakhe bhavat kinkarismano jalaruhananam charu darshaya nijajana smaya dhvamsana smita. Smita means smile, smaya means pride. Nijajana smaya means the pride that may come in the hearts of devotees. Right? Dhvamsana smita. Krishna, you can effortlessly destroy our pride just by your smile. Why you have to disappear? You don't have to disappear. By disappearing, you are destroying us. Right? By smiling, you will destroy our pride only. So that we become alive and we love you, we serve you. So we want reciprocation from you. Nija jana smaya. Krishna doesn't like pride in devotees. Krishna wants to be humble. Krishna wants his devotees to be humble. Kinkara. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam bhudau. So the fifth sloka of Sikshashtakam says that a devotee comes to this understanding and realization that I am a kinkara of Krishna. So my original Swarupa is to be a servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupo hai Krishnera Nityadas. To be in that mood of a kinkara is the original constitutional position and the real glory of a devotee. The glory of a living entity is not in receiving service, is not in receiving appreciation, receiving glorification, receiving claps. The real glory of a devotee is in the mood of being a servant of Krishna. Kinkara. That's what the Gopis said. Nija janasmaya dhvamsana smita bhaja sakhe bhavat kinkarismano. We are kinkara. Bhavat kinkara. We are all your servants. Now we are assuming that mode of being your servants. Although we have got this opportunity, this privilege to be very close to you, finally, still we are kinkaras only, right? We are servants. You just smile at us, we'll come to this mood. You don't have to give elaborate pages of instructions to us to make us humble. You don't have to make us go through so many austerities to make us humble. Sometimes to make somebody humble, the senior or superior or guru may have to do so many things to make people humble. And after they become humble, to remain humble is another task. Right? But in the case of Gopis, they are so humble. Therefore, they said, just smile at us. Don't disappear us. You're just killing us by disappearing. So then Krishna came and said, no, this much mood, this much humility, this much service attitude, this much sacrifice, it's beyond my capacity to reciprocate with it. Therefore, I felt ashamed to be in front of you. I'm disappearing. Right? So, like that, Krishna expressed these feelings to Gopis, but Gopis did not bother about all this. For Gopis, what is priority? Krishna is in front of us now. Now we can serve him. That's their ecstasy, right? All this philosophical analysis, Gopis are not very much bothered about it. Now, Krishna, within his heart, he understands that the Gopis of Vrindavan are my topmost devotees, and I don't have the ability to reciprocate with their service. I have not sufficiently reciprocated with what they have done to me. So probably, if I accept their mood, and if I manifest their mood, they will be glorified by this entire universe. Means all the sane people in the universe will understand the glories of the Gopis. Generally, those who are moving around with Krishna are getting all the focus, all the limelight, all the photos, all the selfies, they are there. Those are moving around with Krishna. But here Gopis are far away. They never appear in a selfie with Krishna. They never appear in any photograph. So they did not get sufficient attention. Okay? They are always in feelings of separation. So, if I adopt their mood, if I manifest their mood, that's a great testimony for their love for me. I will be able to glorify the Madhurya Prema to the highest degree when I adopt that mood. And who is the best of all Gopis? Srimati Radharani. That's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Krishna, appeared in the mood of Srimati Radharani as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radha Bhava Dyuti. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriter Hladini Shakti Rasmat Ekatma Nav Api Bhuvi Pura Deha Bhedau Gatau Tau Chaitanyakhyam prakata madhuna tadvayam chaikyamaptam Radha bhavadyuti suvalitam naumi Krishna swarupam. So Radha Krishna pranaya vikritir hladini shaktirasmat. All the transformations of ecstasy of Radha and Krishna, all their madhurya pastimes are manifestations of hladini potency. Right? They are one, but they became two as Radha and Krishna to enjoy pastimes, to relish rasa. But these two again have become one. Chaitanyakhyam prakata madhuna tadvayam chaikyamaptam. Although they are dvaya, they are two, they again become one in the form of Lord Chaitanya. How did this happen? Radha bhavadyuti suvalitam naumi Krishna swarupam. Krishna accepted Radha's duty and Radha's bhava, her emotion and her complexion, and became Lord Chaitanya. To do what? The things that we mentioned before. To experience the mode of Srimati Radharani and to glorify the Gopis as the topmost devotees. If the Lord wants to enjoy the mood of a devotee, be in the conception of being a servant of Krishna, and if he understands and if he acknowledges that being a servant is a greater privilege than being a master, and if he's really hankering for that mood of being a servant, then he could have adopted the mood of any servant. Of all the servants, why only Radharani? Why only the Gopis? Because they are the topmost devotees. Right? So Krishna becomes very surprised. Why my devotees are always behind my lotus feet? Makaranda liham satam. Why they are trying to enjoy the nectar at my lotus feet always? Why is it so? He became very curious. Once, he took the form of an infant baby, Vatapatra Shahi, and he started sucking his own toe to get the ecstasy that the devotees are experiencing. My devotees are so attached to my lotus feet, they want to taste the nectar of my lotus feet, let me taste it myself. As a grown-up man, if I put my toe in my mouth, it doesn't look good, right? An infant baby, it's very natural. People will feel it's very cute, very sweet, etc. So Krishna took that form, right? Vatapatra Shahi. But Krishna thought, no. I am trying to experience it myself in the mode of an infant baby. Still Krishna. Vatapatra Shahi is also Krishna only, right? Now I must completely become Radharani. I must completely adopt the mood of Radharani. I will become Lord Chaitanya. Then I experience, as a grown-up man, not only infant baby. Right? So he became Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To experience the mood of a servant of Krishna. Kinkara of Krishna. Kinkaris Manu. This conception of being a servant of Krishna, this emotion of being a servant of Krishna is the highest desirable emotion for a living being. Krishna dasa abhimanaye ananda sindhu koti brahma sukha nahe tara eka bindu. Krishna dasa abhimane ye ananda sindhu. So to be in the mood of a servant of Krishna is to be nicely swimming in an ocean of ananda. Krishna dasa abhimane ye ananda sindhu koti brahma sukha nahe tara eka bindu. Even we have seen 7 crores of Lord Chaitanya, right? Here is 1 crore of Brahmananda. You multiply Brahmananda with 1 crore. That much amount of Brahmananda cannot even compare with a drop of Bhakti Ananda. Koti Brahma Sukha Nahe Tara Eka Bindu. Eka Bindu of Krishnadas Abhiman. Being a servant of Krishna is a position which is aspired by Krishna also. The satisfaction of being a servant of Krishna is so high that even Krishna aspires for it. Krishna takes more pleasure in it than being a receiver of service. Right? When Radharani is serving Krishna, she is experiencing 1 crore, 10 million times more happiness than Krishna who is receiving all that service. Shri Radhaya pranaya mahima kidrisho vanayaiva swadyo yenadbhuta madhurima kidrisho vamadiyaham saukhyam chasya madanubhavatah kidrisho veti lobhat tadbhavadhyah samajanishachi garbhasindhau harinduh. Shri Radhaya pranaya mahima kidrisho vanayaiva. What is the pranaya mahima? What is the greatness of Srimati Radharani's love for me? Why is she experiencing so much ecstasy? So Krishna is aspiring for the emotion of being a servant of Krishna, not being Krishna. I am Krishna, of course, for such a long time. Since time immemorial, I have been Krishna, but I want to be devotee of Krishna now. The best of all devotees is Srimati Radharani. I want her emotion. Then I will understand the greatness of her emotion. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva. What's the greatness of Radharani's pranaya towards me? Then what is the ecstasy that she is experiencing while serving me? She is experiencing my sweetness. I don't even know the extent of my sweetness. Swadyo yena adbhuta madhurima kidrusho va madiyaha. What is the adbhuta madhurima which is there within me? Even I don't understand. A sweet cannot understand how sweet and how tasty it is. Someone who's tasting it only can understand. Krishna cannot understand how sweet he is. Only the greatest relisher of sweets, Srimati Radharani, she understands how sweet Krishna is. Okay, so somebody who has diabetes, they cannot relish sweets. Somebody is too much into spicy food, they may not be able to taste, they relish the sweetness of some sweet item. But somebody who has no illness, no problems with sweets, and they have some liking for sweets, they can actually relish it. Okay. Similarly, someone who has no trace of lust, someone who has no trace of selfishness at all, such a person can relish Krishna's sweetness to the highest possible extent. No envy, no pride, no selfishness. For a selfish person, every interaction is a transaction. Means, he'll see, how will this person be beneficial to me? How can I extract something from him? It's a transaction for him, right? He always keeps thinking about his own welfare, his own happiness, his own priorities, etc. For a selfish person, interactions are transactions. But for a selfless person, every interaction is an opportunity for an expression of one's loving emotion. That is Srimati Radharani. Height of selflessness. So much selflessness that the Gopis of Vrindavan, once Narada Muni came to the Gopis of Vrindavan and said, Krishna has headache, so you should immediately get some medicine. And I have heard that the medicine for this headache is the dust from the lotus feet of devotees. Are you willing to give? They said, yes, of course, why not? Take, get buckets, get pots, whatever container you want, we'll give, bhar-bharke, we'll just give you whatever amount of dust you want. So Narada Muni said, are you understanding the gravity of what you are doing, my dear innocent gopis, your simple village gopis? Do you understand what you are doing? By keeping your dust on Krishna's head, you will go to hell. Then the gopis said, Radharani said, we don't mind living in hell for the rest of eternity to relieve Krishna from his headache even for one moment, one fraction of second, right? Can anyone be more selfless than this? Selflessness is not a small thing. Therefore, Krishna said, again back to Naparayeham shloka. What did Krishna say to the gopis? My dear gopis, I don't have the ability to reciprocate with your loving service, selfless service. Yama bhajan durjara geha shrinkhalat. So you have given up the most unsurpassable social customs and family ties and everything else just to serve me. Yama bhajan. So, Swasadhu Krityam, may you be satisfied with your own selfless, loving, devotional service. What does it mean? When you selflessly render service to Krishna, the satisfaction that is available in that selfless service to Krishna is so high, is the topmost, that even Krishna does not have anything in his storehouse to offer to us. Krishna doesn't have anything else to give beyond this. So he may have Chintamani Dham, he may have Vaikuntha, he may have all opulences, he has all siddhis, he is Yogeshwara. Still, all of them are nothing in comparison to this feeling of selfless devotional service unto Krishna. In front of this Krishna Dasa Abhimana. That's why Bhagavatam, right in the beginning, establishes this Ahaituki Bhakti as the topmost. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshajing ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Savai pumsam paro dharma, the supreme dharma. Dharma means what? You can translate dharma as virtues, morals, and occupational duties, and commitments, this and that. All these are correct meanings. Essentially, dharma means the intrinsic characteristic of an entity or a person or a thing. Sugar's dharma is to be sweet. Salt's dharma is to be salty. Soul's dharma is to be a selfless servant of Krishna. That's our dharma. Right? Ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Only when we render unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service unto Krishna, yayatma suprasidati, complete satisfaction of heart is guaranteed. Without any selfish agendas, without any material motivations, without any desire for any materialistic boons. Right? Selfless service. And without any breaks. Okay? Apratihata is also there. That apratihata ahaituki bhakti. That gives the greatest satisfaction in comparison to that satisfaction of selfless devotional service. Krishna doesn't have anything. He feels completely bankrupt. You have this? No, whatever I have is nothing in comparison to this. May you be satisfied. Even I am aspiring for that satisfaction. Therefore I appeared in the mode of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with the mode of Srimati Radharani. Right? So this is the significance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. Lord Krishna's appearance as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Although we have primarily focused on the confidential reasons of Lord Chaitanya's descent so far, in this primary reason, there is something which is extremely relevant for even sadhakas also. What is that? Mode of servant. Confidential reasons, oh my God, they're like too far. Of course, they are far, no doubt. External reasons, of course, they are more relatable. Chant Harinam and all that. But what is the most confidential aspect of the confidential purposes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's descent? To glorify the emotion of being a servant of Krishna. To glorify the path of selfless devotional service unto Krishna, which is the topmost attainable goal for any living being, that can give complete satisfaction to any living being. Beyond that, even Krishna has nothing else to give us. And Krishna wanted to glorify that in the mode of Srimati Radharani, by appearing as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why whenever Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorified by different people as you are Hari, you are this, you are that, and Mahaprabhu says, no, Hari. I am not Hari. I am Hari Bhakta. I am servant of Lord Krishna. A small jiva, small ordinary person can never be compared to Lord Hari. Right? Means he is completely eliminating the mood of being an enjoyer, proprietor, master, controller. No, all this I don't want. Servant. The conditioned soul stays in the material world because the conditioned soul holds this conception of being a controller, an enjoyer, a master, a proprietor, a creator, a ruler. Right? So these conceptions must be kept aside to access Krishna Prema. So that's what Mahaprabhu wanted to declare through his descent. And Mahaprabhu also inspired so many authors like Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, but he did not author a book. He authored 8 shlokas of Sikshashtakam. And Kaviraj Goswami, in the last chapter of Antyalila, as he was describing this Sikshashtakam spoken by Lord Chaitanya, when he comes to the last shloka, he does not say, it's Mahaprabhu who is speaking this shloka. He says, Radharani is speaking this shloka. Aslishyava padaratam pinashtimam. Okay. So in that Sikshashtakam, in the first shloka, Mahaprabhu spoke about the 7 effects of chanting the holy names. Okay. Cheto darpanamarjanam and other things. Then in the second shloka, he spoke that although the name is completely powerful, extremely accessible, highly merciful, still I am so unfortunate, Durdaivam, I am so unfortunate that I don't have taste for it. How do we acquire that taste? How do we acquire that eagerness to chant the holy names of Krishna? The next shloka clarifies. That's the process. In the first shloka of Sikshashtakam, Mahaprabhu established that this is the best sadhana. Sri Krishna Sankirtana is the best sadhana. Sri Krishna Sankirtan in generic. That Sankirtan can be of Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. But he became very specific in the second shloka. Nam Sankirtan. right? So because Namnam Akari Bahudani Cha Sarva Shakti. So he established that chanting the holy names of Krishna, Sri Krishna Sankirtana, is the best sadhana in the first two shlokas. But what is the process of doing that? What enables us to constantly chant that holy names of Krishna? Constant chanting, as Prabhu was describing yesterday. Constant chanting. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sada harihi. Kirtaniya sada harihi. To be able to constantly chant the holy names of Krishna, we need to have these four qualities. Trinadapi sunichena means humbler than being a blade of grass. Even the ego that the grass has, as a grass, is a very natural ego, intrinsic ego. Blade of grass, it's always there on the footpath. But the ego that a conditioned soul acquires as a controller, master, proprietor, enjoyer, boss, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, whatever, businessman, doctor, actor, engineer, etc. This is a false ego. It's nowhere connected to the real true identity of the jiva, right? So we are being so overwhelmed. The conditioned souls are being so overwhelmed with their totally false and baseless identities. All these identities are based on the body, and we are embracing that. Giving that up is humility. Embrace the identity of being a servant of Krishna. Humility. Trinadapi sunichena. Now, Trina has a natural ego of being a blade of grass, and whoever stamps on it, it doesn't protest. That's a natural thing. But we are so inflated, conditioned souls are inflated with puffed up ego, false ego, and which is not true at all to one's constitutional position, right? So that's why he said, Tranadapi sunichena, being lower than a blade of grass, right? So I'm so humble, I'm so fallen, I'm so inferior. And it is not inferiority complex. It is feeling low compared to everyone else. So that humility, that mood of being a humble, menial servant of Krishna is the qualification to chant the holy names always. And that humility is there, tolerance will manifest. Respect, all these are interconnected qualities. Not that I'm done with it. I have humility, but I cannot respect people. Doesn't work like that. I have humility, but I cannot tolerate. So all these are interconnected, right? Humility, tolerance, respecting others, not expecting respect from others. There's overlap in their qualities. Right? Humble people are respectful to others also. So when we develop these qualities, then Kirtaniya Sadaharihi is possible. Otherwise, Kirtaniya Sadahari is not possible. Right? But how do we develop these qualities? By doing Kirtaniya Sadahari. Right? So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he spoke about this shloka, Harer Nama, Iva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva, Gatiranyatha, when he explained this shloka to Suklambara Brahmachari, in the first canto, first Leela, Adi Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he said, you will be able to chant the holy names when you adopt this mood of humility, respect, tolerance, and not expecting honor, not hankering for being honored by others, right? So then you will be able to chant. So you should tie this as Kantimala. He said that. But when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed Vasudeva leper, he blessed Vasudeva leper, right? He had leprosy, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced him like a loving mother. Without any hesitation, he embraced him. And Vasudeva leper, all the leprosy is gone, he got a beautiful, strong body. Then Vasudeva leper said, my dear Lord, I may become proud because of getting this great mercy from you. Externally speaking, I have got a beautiful body. Spiritually speaking, I got your darshan, I got your mercy. There is a possibility of being very proud. When we get a material privilege or spiritual privilege, the possibility of being proud is there. How can I become proud? How can I become humble? How can I not become proud? You know what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Vasudeva leper? Chant the holy names of Krishna. If you chant the holy names of Krishna, you will become humble. And if you are humble, you can chant nicely. Kirtaniya Sadahari. So humility and chanting, they constantly keep growing. They help each other. They support each other. They are inseparable from each other. Right? Humility is a test for how much one is chanting nicely. It is also a test for how much one has understood, how much one has understood the scriptures, right? Knowledge. That's why Krishna gives this big list of qualities in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, right? Aspects of knowledge. First thing he says is amanitvam adambhitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam. Amanitvam, humility. So Krishna first touches on trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena to describe the aspects of knowledge. When somebody has knowledge, he is humble. When somebody is not humble, he has no knowledge, or he doesn't have much knowledge, whatever you may say. To the degree one is humble, to that degree one has knowledge. To the degree one is non-envious, to that degree one can understand Bhagavatam, right? Nirmatsaranam sadam vedyam, right? So that's why Mahaprabhu, while experiencing appreciating the spiritual services done by other devotees becomes a mandatory qualification to get mercy of the Lord, special grace of the Lord. We need to genuinely appreciate devotees for whatever little service that they are doing. And this is the mode of Vaikuntha. This is the mode of Goloka. In Vaikuntha, all the birds, sweet singing birds, Paravatanya Bhratasarasa Chakravaka, when a bhranga, when a bumblebee glorifies the Lord, they take a low profile, encourage the bumblebee. When all the colorful plants that can produce colorful flowers with different shapes and sizes and different flavors of fragrance, they take a low profile to encourage Tulsi Maharani. Please go and serve. Gandherchite tulasika bharanena tasya yasmim stapaha sumanaso bahumanayanti. So all the plants are encouraging. They have no envy. Why Tulsi always? Why always Tulsi at the lotus feet of Krishna? Let there be some rose flowers. Let there be this patta also. What is this? I don't know the name. Right? Let there be this patta at the lotus feet. Why always putting Tulsi in Chandan and then putting at lotus feet? No plant was envious. No flower was envious. Right? Materially speaking, externally speaking, a Tulsi leaf is like this small green leaf, and lotus flower with so many petals, nice fragrance. Right? Somebody may say, this is more beautiful than this. But here Krishna likes it. So, lotus is also encouraging Tulsi. Please go and serve the Lord. Right? So, in Golaka Vrindavan, all the Gopis of Vrindavan are extremely enthusiastic to serve Krishna. But they want to assist Srimati Radharani in her service to Krishna. Srimati Radharani is compared with a creeper of bhakti, bhakti lata. Okay? And all the Gopis are like Pallava Pushpapata. They are like small leaves and twigs of this creeper. So, Krishna's pastimes are compared with the water sprinkled on this creeper. When water is sprinkled on the creeper, that leaves and twigs of the creeper are automatically nourished. Similarly, when Srimati Radharani directly renders service to Krishna and engages in pastimes with Krishna, that brings great pleasure to the heart of the Gopis. So they always wanted to assist Srimati Radharani. But what is Radharani's mood? She wants to assist the Gopis. She would encourage all the Gopis. You go and serve Krishna directly. You go and serve Krishna directly. I will assist you. That is her mood. When we don't want to do some service, we do that. Right? We encourage others. You go and do that service. I will not do. Right? There is some taste and disinterest and ability. All these are there. But none of them wanted to avoid that service. They wanted to do that service. Right? But they want to actually encourage other devotees to do that service and be an assistant to others. Okay? So, seeing this wonderful loving relationships between Radharani and all the Gopis, Krishna becomes so happy. This is the mood of Goloka. And that is the mood of Vaikuntha. And that's the mood of Jagannath Puri, where all the devotees are also very genuinely appreciating the work done by Rupa Goswami. Okay? Ramananda Rai just verifies, he's a wonderful poet. But he appreciates. You please read the next sloka, and they are appreciating Rupa Goswami. Then, Lord, it's 9:25. Radha Madan Gopal Ru. You tell me some cut-off time. Okay. So, fasting, that's why he told me you speak 2 hours, but I may not speak 2 hours, but I'll speak a little bit. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in this way, he reveals the glories of his devotees and he takes great pleasure in glorifying his devotees. And when devotees' Vaishnava qualities are coming up, Mahaprabhu takes more pleasure. Okay. There is one shloka, it says that when Bhaktera Mahima Prabhu Kahite Paya Sukha, Bhaktera Mahima Prabhu Kahite Paya Sukha, Bhaktera Mahima Kahite Haya Panchamukha. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying his devotees, he glorifies them as if they have 5 mouths. He has 5 mouths. Right? To that degree, Mahaprabhu is enthusiastic to glorify his devotees. And this glorification is not done only verbally. You know, the glorification of the Lord or the devotees need not always be done verbally as a formal praise only. It can be done by creating situations where their Vaishnava qualities are revealed. The real glory of a devotee is the humility, gratitude, compassion, satisfaction, all the Vaishnava qualities that they have. When you somehow do something or say something that reveals the Vaishnava qualities of the devotee, that's a wonderful glorification. It's not just a formal praise. It's not a piece of poetry where you start glorifying the devotee. Do something where their good qualities are revealed. Okay. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu orchestrates various incidents, various pastimes, where he manifests the deep Vaishnava qualities of his devotees. Now he revealed the glory of Rupa Goswami, how humble he is. He also revealed the non-envious attitude of other Jagannath Puri Vasis. He revealed how renounced and detached Raghunath Das Goswami is. He revealed how humble Haridas Thakur is. When Haridas Thakur was in old days, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to him and asked, Haridas Thakur, what's happening? What's the news? Then Haridas Thakur said, my dear Lord, looks like you are concluding your pastimes very soon. Therefore, I also want to conclude my not pastimes, I also want to leave from this world, because I won't be able to see that episode of your departure from this world. Let me leave before you. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, my dear Haridas Thakur, if you are not there, how will I survive? If you are not there, what is hope for me to be engaged in devotional service? And Haridas Thakur said, my dear Lord, if an insignificant ant dies, does it make any difference to this world? I am like that. Okay? Don't put me in illusion. So Haridas Thakur rejected the glorification and requested for Mahaprabhu's grace. He said, you please put your lotus feet on my chest, on my heart, and let me look at your beautiful face, and let me chant Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and leave my body. Okay. So Mahaprabhu fulfilled that desire. And here also he revealed the glory of Haridas Thakur, how humble he is. Generally when somebody is praising us, somewhere a part within us, deep within us, tends to accept that glorification, tends to accept that praise. Because we have heard so much that we should accept blame and not accept credit, transfer credit. So our mouth may say, and a part of our heart also may say, no, all this credit goes to Krishna, Guru, Vaishnavas. But somewhere something is there within the heart that keeps saying, yeah, that credit should come to me. Right? At least partially it's there. I'm one of the doers. May not be all the doers. But that's there. But here Mahaprabhu is creating situations where he is revealing that attitude of a devotee where he doesn't accept even slightest credit for his accomplishments. No mode of accepting credit at all. Once Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Haridas Thakur's hut, at that time Sanatana Goswami was there. Sanatana Goswami came there with a suicide plan. Okay? And that suicide is not out of inferiority complex or some kind of tamoguni mentality. That is also out of humility only. So Sanatana Goswami, when he was traveling to Jagannath Puri, on the way, because of drinking certain contaminated water, he developed some kind of disease where he had some pus and blood coming from all over his body. He thought that with this body, I cannot enter Jagannath Puri temple and I cannot serve Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My life is useless. He's thinking about service only. Then he made a plan. Let me throw myself under the cart of Jagannath Ji during Jagannath Ratha Yatra. Then it's a very wonderful opportunity for me to go to the spiritual world by leaving my body in a holy dham, in the presence of Lord Chaitanya, in the presence of Jagannath Ji. Okay. So Mahaprabhu understood. Sanatana Goswami is thinking like that. So he received him, he spent some time with him, he embraced him, he did many things. And at one point he said that, Sanatana Goswami, if by giving up my body, if I can get Krishna Prema, I am willing to give up my body hundreds of times. Then Sanatana Goswami understood. No need to explicitly mention anything. Mahaprabhu, Sanatana Goswami completely understood. Oh, Mahaprabhu understood my suicide plan and he's disapproving my suicide plan. Then Sanatana Goswami said, my dear Lord, I am of no use to you. Then Lord Chaitanya said, see, with this body I have to do so many things. You have to write books to reveal Vaishnava qualities and Vaishnava etiquettes and Vaishnava procedures, process of worship and the glories of Krishna. And through you, I have to excavate all the lost holy places of Lord Krishna. Through you, I have to erect so many temples. I have to establish the process of worship of Krishna. So many things. I have so many plans for you. And you are trying to kill yourself, kill your body. And he told Haridas Thakur, see Haridas Thakur, his body is my property. And he wants to destroy that property. Is it proper? Can you destroy someone else's property? It's not proper, right? So, and Haridas Thakur, yes, my dear Lord, it's not proper. He should not give up his body. So, after that, Mahaprabhu departed. Sanatana Goswami gave up his plans to give up his body in Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra. Then, Mahaprabhu left the scene. Then we see a greatest display of Vaishnava qualities in the conversation between Sanatana Goswami and Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur started glorifying Sanatana Goswami. He said, Sanatana Goswami, see, the Lord owns you. He thinks that your body is his property. He wants to establish Vaishnava culture and Vaishnava scriptures and worship of Lord Vishnu and so many temples through you. Your life is so glorious, you are amazing, right? And sometimes we may glorify out of envy also, right? So sometimes you are unable to accept the glory of the person and then there is a sarcastic glorification. But what Sanatana Goswami did is very genuine appreciation. And what Haridas Thakur gave is genuine appreciation. Then Sanatana Goswami is no less. He said, my dear Haridas Thakur, you are praising me so much. Mahaprabhu descended on this planet to spread the glories of holy name, and you are Namacharya. He made yourself Namacharya. He did not make himself Namacharya. Who is Namacharya? Not Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? Although Chirada Dattam Nijagupta Vittam Swaprema Namamrita Matyudara, he did it through Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, apparently he is from Yavana and Mlecha community, but still Mahaprabhu made him Namacharya. Ramananda Rai is like a government servant and he is coming from a lower community from external social perspective. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke about Radha Krishna Tattva through the mouth of Sanatana Goswami, through the mouth of Ramananda Rai. Right? And Mahaprabhu made Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami the authors of great Vaishnava literatures. They are like Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nibunau Sadharma Samsthapitau. So they are like that. So Mahaprabhu, he himself did not do so much of either erecting temples or excavating holy places. He did little bit of all this, but he did it through his devotees. And he took great pleasure in glorifying the devotees who did all these things. He empowered them. It's not that I am doing it, I am delegating these responsibilities to you, you do this. No. He empowered them to do all this. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, you please go to Vrindavan. That is Prabhudatta Sthana, Prabhudatta Desha. This area is for you. I allocate it to you. You please go and establish temple worship there. Haridas Thakur, you become Namacharya. And Raghunath Das Goswami, you become a great example of renunciation. And Ramananda Rai and Sarup Damodar Goswami, you become the greatest authorities of Radha Krishna Tattva. Okay. So like that, Mahaprabhu empowered all these devotees and accomplished so many tasks through them, and he started glorifying them in the mode of a devotee. See this? Taking genuine pleasure in glorifying other devotees, in relishing the great services that they have done. So that's why he said, Kunti Mata says, Shranvanti Gayanti Granantya Bhikshnasaha Smaranti Nandanti Tavehitam Janaha Tayeva Pashyantyachirena Tavakam Bhava Pravaho Parabam Padambujam. Shrinvanti Gayanti Grananti Abhikshnasaha. Devotees constantly hear about Krishna, chant the holy names of Krishna and do so many things, but they also take pleasure Nandanti tava ihitam janaha. When other devotees are glorifying Krishna, when other devotees are rendering service to Krishna, they really take pleasure. They genuinely take pleasure in seeing other devotees serving Krishna and glorifying Krishna. That's the mood of a devotee. And Mahaprabhu adopted the mood of devotee and is manifesting these qualities. How to take pleasure in the success of other devotees. How to take pleasure when other devotees are doing so many services. And Mahaprabhu's descent is an acknowledgement to the glory of the greatest devotee, Srimati Radharani. Right? So, confidential reasons are there and external reasons are there. And Mahaprabhu accomplished all this through spreading the holy names of Krishna. In ecstasy, chant the holy names. In distress, chant the holy names. When you meet, chant the holy names. When you are in separation, chant the holy names. Right? So constant chanting of the holy names of Krishna is happening throughout Mahaprabhu's Leela. And all the other devotees are also engaged in this constant chanting of the holy names of Krishna. Right? So many people may do so many other things and they derive satisfaction in that. But devotees, they take pleasure in chanting the holy names. As Rupa Goswami again compiles in this Padyavali. Yoga Shrutyupapatti Nirjanavana Dhyanadhasam Bhavita Swarajyam Pratipadya Nirbhayamami Mukta Bhavantu Dvija Asmakam tu Kadamba Kunja Kuhara Pronmiladindivara Shrenishyamala Nama Jushatam Janmastu Lakshavadhi. Yoga Shrutyupapatti Nirjanavana. There may be so many great yogis. They want to go to Nirjanavana, means solitary forests. Dhyanadhasam bhavita. Let them be absorbed in their meditation. Nirjan meditation, solitary meditation. Yoga Shrutyupapatti Nirjanavana Dhyanadhasam bhavita Swarajyam Pratipadya Nirbhayamami Mukta Bhavantu Dvija. Let them be liberated or let them think that they are liberated, whatever it may be. I don't mind. Right? So I'm not very attracted by it, especially when somebody is advertising it. This is so great, this is so great. Material man may get attracted to it. Right? So when some incentive is presented or when something is highlighted, when something is getting a lot of attention and that is being visible everywhere, there's a tendency to get attracted to it. Right? Oh, so much hyped up. Nirjanavana, Dhyanadha Sambhavita. It may be hyped up in certain societies. But devotee says, no, I don't want, I have no interest in it. You hype it as much as you want, but I have no interest in it. Then what is your interest? He says, Asmakam tu kadamba kunja kuhara pronmiladindivara Shrenishyamala dhama nama jushatam janmastu lakshavadhi. Asmakam tu, as far as I am concerned, I am not attracted to this solitary meditation. I am not attracted to this effulgence of the Lord's body, Brahmajyoti. I am not attracted to Ashtasiddhis, Navanidhis, or I am not attracted to Swarajyam, Nanaka Prishtham, Nachaparamishtham, Nasarvabhomam, Narasadhipatyam. No attraction towards anything. Where are you attracted? The holy name of Krishna. Very sweet glorification here. Asmakam tu kadamba kunja kuhara. Just imagine there is a kadamba kunja. There is a forest of kadamba flowers. Right? In the midst of this kadamba trees, there is a beautiful lake. Pronmiladindivara. In that beautiful lake, there are some blooming lotuses, blue lotuses, right? And these kadamba trees are there, right? So many kadamba flowers. The pollen of the kadamba flowers or flowers themselves are falling into this lake. And this bright, shiny, yellow pollen of kadamba flowers is surrounding these blue lotuses. Just imagine that scene. Are you meditating? Imagining kadamba groves, nice lake, blue lotuses surrounded by kadamba pollen. Krishna's beauty outsmarts this beautiful scene. Okay. Asmakam tu kadamba kunja kuhara pronmiladindivara Shrenishyamala dhama nama jushatam janmastu lakshavadhi. I am so excited to chant the holy names of Krishna, whose beauty surpasses that scene of kadamba grove and blue lotuses surrounded by kadamba pollen. So I am excited to chant the holy names of that Krishna. He is so beautiful. Beautiful description. Description of Krishna's beauty is there and attachment to Krishna's name is also there. Right? Janmastu lakshavadhi. Why do I need any other such benedictions? I don't need anything else. So this is the attachment that a devotee has to chant the holy names of Krishna, which is very vividly manifested by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his pastimes, and it is manifested by his devotees also in several of their pastimes. Right? So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went to South India, Yatra, he met Kurma Brahman. And Kurma Brahman said, "My dear Lord, I won't be able to survive in this life here. I want to accompany you in your travels. I want to be with you." Then Mahaprabhu said, "No, no, no. You should not come with me. Never say like that. You should just be here and read Bhagavad Gita, read Srimad Bhagavatam, chant holy names, and inspire everyone else to do so." Okay. So Mahaprabhu is personally chanting the holy names and being attached to Srimad Bhagavatam, and is also inspiring others also to do so. So he's empowering, he's instructing, he's inspiring others. You please distribute the holy name. Jare deke tarakaha Krishna upadesh. You just speak about Krishna. Distribute Krishna's name, distribute Krishna Katha, and that's wherever you are. You don't have to change your position. Right? So be situated to the sound, be attached to the sound vibration coming from great souls, and implement the instructions of the great souls in the form of Shravana Kirtana. Right? So this is Mahaprabhu who exemplified this spirit, and Mahaprabhu also personally taught it and practiced it. So on this auspicious occasion of Sri Gaurpurnima, we try to meditate for some time on the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the purpose of his descent in the mood of a devotee, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and in a great mood of compassion on the fallen souls of Kali Yuga, and empowering them to embrace this process of Bhakti Yoga, and also empowering them to spread this process of Bhakti Yoga. So let us express our humble gratitude, sincere gratitude to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for descending like this, and let us humbly express our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada, who brought the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to all of us. Yadi Gaurno hai to, if Mahaprabhu is not there, we would not have be attached to holy name or understood Radha Krishna Tattva. If Prabhupada is not there, we would not have got access to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. So let's be grateful to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let's also express our gratitude to all this Vaishnava Parampara, Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, who gave us access to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy and kept us on the path to develop Krishna Prema. Thank you very much. Shri Gaurpurnima Maha Mahotsav ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. You should do it. Why not?